Well, hello there and welcome to another episode of Back to the Clubs with me, Major K. I'm a DJ, producer and record label boss, and in this series I'm talking to other DJs about their club experiences. Which DJ set made their heads spin? What does a good club need? And you talking to me? Those are but a few of the questions I'm asking every week, and the answers are often surprising. In previous episodes we had DJ Licious, JD, Vanilla Ace and Am I as a guest, and today it's Insolate. But first, be sure to subscribe to Back to the Clubs in your podcast app. Give the show a raving rating too. It helps more people find the podcast, they say. Check out our Patreon page, patreon.com/officialmajork, for all sorts of bonus content. This time, with Insolate, we head to Tomorrowland, for instance. Twice even. You also get the show without this intro, there's free music downloads and so on. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter, all at officialmajork. My 2 weekly mix podcast, Flash Forward Presents with Major K, is in your podcast app as well. And do get your tickets for a Flashing Fridays party in Antwerp, Belgium, where I'm playing next week. FlashingHotShop.com, that's the place to be. Like the Rave Cave at Tomorrowland was the place to be to meet up with Insolate a couple of years ago. She's a Croatian DJ, producer and record label boss, and quite the advocate for the techno scene. Whenever she can work her magic to get non-techno lovers to move to her music, she's as happy as can be. We had a lengthy chat about what she did during the pandemic, how she almost unknowingly got to play at Berghain in Berlin, and how she has a big heart for Colombia. Time to discover all of it, so enjoy the show. Here we go.
Back to the Clubs with Major K.
So yeah, another Back to the Clubs podcast with Insolate, real name Sunčica Berizic. Is that how I should pronounce it, Sunčica?
Bravo, almost correctly.
Almost correctly.
Yes.
So that's 7 out of 10 points? Or,
yes, but that's
yeah.
very good. For the first time, it's very, very good.
Yeah, I haven't been practicing the last quarter of an hour or so. It's just like, what's it? How are you going? Okay, well, let's try. Okay,
You're just natural in Croatian.
Well, I try to be, but it's really good to hear you again, see you again as well, because when we record the podcast, we see each other on Squadcast. We saw each other last at Tomorrowland. I guess that was in 2019.
Yes, that's
so
correct.
That's almost 3 years ago, and what a 3 years that has been.
It feels like 10 years ago, for
yeah,
sure.
Yeah. How did you cope during the difficult Corona and COVID period?
Well, at first it was very difficult. For sure, it was big stress for all of us artists. We didn't know what's happening, what we're gonna do, how I'm gonna live, from what I'm gonna live. You know, it was really, really, really strange times. But for me, it lasted maybe a month and a half too, and then I just started to think about what can I do, what should I do. And in that time, I started my online production masterclass. So I started to teach young producers about using Ableton and producing music, electronic music. So for me, it was, of course, one way to get income, but also to stay connected with all these people, to my crowd, to just this energy what you are giving to each other during all these sessions. It's really something that you cannot get if you are staying at home by yourself, locked down like everybody else were. So I really found relief in all of that. And also I started a few more projects like a PR agency and some other stuff that I just want to develop myself and my business in a different kind of ways. You know, it's not strictly production and DJing. It's a little bit more like learning and giving services of PR and that kind of stuff. So actually, for me, it was a time that I was super, super busy. So I was waking up at 7 and going to sleep at 7 p.m. So I was working all day. without traveling, without gigs, without, all this stuff that we love the most. It was psychologically very hard, but when you work, I think time passed by a little bit quicker. So it was okay, in the end. It was a big struggle, but it was in the end very good.
Yeah, and perhaps you have done things and set up things that you never would if you just continue to produce your records and go out and play.
Definitely. So this was things that I actually was planning to do, when you're thinking what you're going to do in 10 years maybe or something like that, 15 years. So this was actually things that I planned to do when I get older, So when I can't go to gigs anymore, then I will stay at home and have some school, or something like that, doing some PR or so. All of this stuff that I actually planned to do a little bit later in my life came much quicker, but I'm happy that I actually got this other plan and it actually worked.
Yeah, you've been a DJ since 1998. Is this the biggest change in how you approach stuff since then, or how did your career develop?
Actually, first change was when I started to do production. So first 10 years of my career, I was only DJ. I'm coming from small town Osijek in Croatia, and actually Croatia in that time also there was no internet. So all things that we were getting informed by was by magazines, or by DJs who were coming to our hometown to play. So everything developed a little bit slower. So in the beginning, I didn't start to produce at first. But then after 10 years, I felt like Croatia was too small for me and what I wanted to do. So I started to do production, started to learn production. Then I didn't have anybody to ask, how you do it. What are we doing here? Yeah. So in that time, internet already started. So I was looking some tutorials on YouTube, showing me how to use Cubase, which I used at first. And yes, actually that was first part of my career. So after these 10 years I started to produce, and after that started totally another world for me. So whole Europe opened for me. I started to play abroad a lot. Before I played maybe these side countries near Croatia. And after that I really started to tour around Europe. Some major festivals also happened. And it was really, really big thing for me. And then we can say after that, this is like third, or maybe I would say the third one was when I entered the Apelago agency. So this was after I played the first time in Berghain. I didn't have
Germany and Berlin.
Yes,
right. Yeah.
And that is a funny story because the thing is I didn't have an agency in that time, and I played in Berghain, so that was really strange because normally you are coming there to your agencies, how they offer you and everything. So the story was that Booker from Berghain came to listen to me to Tresor when I played there, and actually that was the time when I started to play as Insolate, because my first name was Miss Sunshine, and then I changed my name to Insolate, and I had my debut at Tresor, and he came to listen to me, and I didn't know that the guy is Booker from Berghain. Lucky me, because I will probably shit my pants. Yeah, totally. And he listened to me there, and we actually spoke after that because he was friend from my friend, and she didn't tell me anything. And we spoke on the bar. I still didn't know that is him. And after a few weeks, invitation for Berghain came to me. So this was actually my first enter to Berghain. And there I played after Dustin Zahn. And Dustin Zahn is part of Apelago agency. And actually whole crew from Apelago were there because of him. And when I started to play, they were listening to me there. And the agent for Apelago came after my set and said to me, I think we should really talk about you entering Apelago. And that's actually my third breakthrough again,
Yeah. And what year was that?
That was 2016, I think, or 17. I'm not sure.
All right. Yeah.
Like 6 or 7 years ago. I don't know. I don't count these 2 years, when there is a lockdown.
No.
So,
we just skip those. In our history, those 2 years will just be skipped, skip forward to when things are happening again.
And it's very
like
strange.
Nothing ever.
Yeah. Very strange to calculate, actually, how many years passed from something now.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. And so, you have your own record label as well?
Yes.
Did that come before you were with the agency or after?
Yes, it came before agency.
Before?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I opened it together with Volster in 2015. So we started a little bit earlier till the wait for the first press of the vinyl and everything. So 2015 was the first record. Now I'm running the label by myself. So he left the label like maybe a little before pandemic. So it was 2.5 years ago. Maybe.
The what exactly? the pan what?
Pan what? So I'm running a label by myself now. And actually that came before Berghain. I think that's actually why the guy from Berghain came to listen to me and all of this stuff.
Yeah. You even were announced as musical ambassador or cultural ambassador for Croatia. How did that go?
Actually, that is one award that I was keep getting every year. And the name of the award is ambassador. There is one part of the award. It's ambassador abroad. So every year they were picking one DJ who is actually represent their country, and every year I was getting it, like I think 3 years in a row or something like that. So it's really nice to get this kind of awards. This year I also got the award from Croatian Musical Union for DJ of the Year, for example. So
nice.
Yeah. So
congratulations.
Thank you. It's actually really nice to get some kind of knowledge, because I really do work much more abroad than in Croatia. Of course, the scene is also very small, so there is not so much stuff to do. But it's really nice to see that actually they see what I'm doing during all these years. So.
Yeah. And that's an extra pat on the back to keep you going as a DJ and producer, and might open doors as well, or people, hold you in high regard when you go to Ibiza or whatever. That's something that you can take with you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I agree.
Let's go back to the clubs now. What was your first?
Back
to the that thing where there's a room and some lights and there's music playing. I don't know if you heard about that, but
I think I remember a little bit.
It's almost extinct, but I think they're back. So let's dive into and go back to the clubs. I gather that you're from the east part of Croatia. So where did you go clubbing when you first set out and had a good time at clubs? What was your first club experience?
In Croatia.
Or ever. If your first club was abroad,
it
then
was
it's
not.
abroad.
I was so super young. So the story with me, I started when I was 16, 17 years old. So as I had really strict parents, I could stay outside maybe till midnight, the longest. And in the beginning, actually, when I started to attend parties, I was 14, 15. I could stay only till 10. So,
Okay, so before everything really started, you had to go home.
But for me, it was really enough because before in Croatia, party started at 6 o'clock, something like that.
Oh,
so
okay.
I could dance for 4 hours and see what DJs are doing. Actually, that is point where I catch everything what is going on there, and actually I go to wish to try it out and to see can I do it. So for me it was actually more than enough. And then when I started to play after first year of my playing, it was more like house parties, some private stuff, and later on, so after 1 year I got invitation from the first club in my hometown of electronic music. They were opening in 1999, and they invited me to be a resident DJ there.
Oh, cool. What was that club called?
Oxygen. So the name
Oxygen.
is Oxygen, and actually I worked there as a resident, but I needed to say them, okay, I can play as a resident, but I can stay only till 12. You know,
Because my parents.
I can just make a perfect warm-up set. You know, in these 2 years, I learned how to make a perfect warm-up set for because I couldn't stay longer. And also after that, there was one organization, Dramatica, from DJ Sly. The guy also who is one of the founders of electronic music in my hometown. He was making this series of parties, and then he also invited me to play as a resident DJ on some events. And there is actually when I got really a big opportunity to play with super famous DJs. I don't know, Les Gaetano Parisi or DJ Rush, I don't know who Angel Alanis, you know, and many other very very well known DJs. So these are two. One is project, another one is club that actually started for me as a DJ and also as a dancer. You know, because I was super young, so everything kind of connected. You know, in that time.
Yeah. If people want to travel to Croatia and they want to go clubbing, are there a lot of opportunities? Are there a lot of clubs? Is dance music, is that a really big thing in Croatia?
Mm-hmm. Well, if you want to experience real techno party, I really inviting you to come to my hometown, to Osijek, because I think we made a really good techno scene. In the past few years, I was a part of Traum. So we were working on really great parties and brought everybody from the scene here, from Paula Temple, Etap Kyle, like all other really big techno names. And if you want to have like a fun during the summer, then probably you will go to the coast because it's like most popular. There are many festivals. They're more housey oriented. You know, they're coming a little bit like a techno, but it's more housely oriented, but they're really great and big. So definitely I will advise you to go there. And actually in Zagreb now started to have few really nice clubs as for example Depot Club, Sound Factory, some really nice clubs that you can go and listen to some proper techno also. So the scene is not big, but there are quality, I think, quality events in almost every city.
Okay, so that's a good thing, and that's something that really is evolving in the right direction. Then
it's actually evolved in the last few years. So if you are looking back, I don't know, 5 or 6 years, I could say definitely that Traum was the only event in Croatia, and coming from really small city as mine is. And we were like the biggest one in the country, you know. We had like 400, 500, 600 people at the event, and that's really a lot, you know. But I think in last 3 years, actually before pandemic, everything started to bloom, and then everything was just cut off, you know.
Yeah.
But a lot of other cities also started to develop this techno culture. So
yeah. And has it restarted again after the pandemic, or what's the situation at this moment?
Unfortunately, in Croatia, pandemic is still on.
Okay.
So
that's too bad.
Yeah, actually, last 2 years, I think we maybe had 1 month of proper working, and that was like up till 3 in the morning maximum. And all other time, we are allowed only to work up till midnight. So this is the rule for it's very hard. There is no real parties anymore. I think only illegal parties are now during the whole night, but the normal clubs are like really dying from all of this. And actually they just got new measures on 1st of March, and they just put it during the whole month the same, you know, so it's still up till midnight till the end of the month. So
right.
I'm not sure what it's actually gonna change, you know, after maybe they will in April put it till maybe 2, or it's really strange. I don't know. they're very, very strict. And actually, I think during this whole time, actually, we proved that we don't have anything with pandemic, with the rise numbers or lower numbers, because it was fluctuating all the time,
While everything was closed, all
Yeah.
clubs were closed, it happened anyway.
Yeah. So, but as we spoke before, it looks like we are some black sheeps, like minors that they can do this to us. They need to do it with somebody, They need to have somebody who is guilty for that. And actually, so we are closed for the last 2 years, whole time.
Yeah, that's really too bad, and I hope that situation changes really soon, because as you said, the club scene, when they are open, they're really of a good quality. Can you explain to us what that means for you? What does a club need to excel? What are the qualities needed to have a great club?
Well, the thing that we actually done with the Traum events, we never worked in. Actually, we started in one smaller club. And then it just started to be too small, and we couldn't find any big club in my hometown to proceed with the other parties. And then we just took the venues, venues that are not usually clubs. So we done one party on a sports airport in one hangar. Then we, after that, were doing in some old bunkers in Old City. We have many historic places here in my hometown in Osijek. So it was actually easy to find some places, and then we were speaking with the city to actually give us permission to do it there. And there we set up the measure of quality with a great sound system, great light, and great animations or whatever we wanted put in that space. But the most important is quality also of the music,
Yeah.
So these three things need to be quality checked, and then you can have a really proper event. And I think people here in Osijek, and actually from all around the Croatia and Serbia and Bosnia, they were all coming to our parties. They felt that, and that's the rising number of the people that are coming to the party is the biggest proof of that quality. Maybe you will need to put a little bit more money into that, and in the beginning you will lose some money, but in the end the quality, I think, wins. So I think that is in all aspects of the life. So
yeah, I think it's kind of an investment in the future that's more and more bright. You have to invest before you can reap the benefits of your investment.
Of course, definitely, I agree.
And if people are coming back and there's word of mouth, or people are posting on their socials or whatever, then you can just grow and grow and grow, and with that quality always in mind.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, we were traveling all around. I was also traveling all around Europe and playing in all these amazing places. I want to make little Berghain also in my hometown, and I want to make some. You get inspired by this quality, by how people approach to you, how they host you, how these little things really matters, and it's really important for people to know that if they're throwing party, it's not just I will be the main boss, I will be on every picture, or every girl will come to me, or whatever. It's really a lot of work, and from the small things as approach to the DJ and to be professional, to the biggest things as a sound and whole quality of the party.
Yeah. Is there any DJ performance that you've seen that really blew you away, that you thought, well, oh my God, what is this guy or that girl doing? Because this is really amazing.
Yeah, of course. Well, in the beginning, I was a really big fan of Napoli techno. So I really loved Carola, Gaetano Parisio. So in back in the time when Carola was doing techno, in 2000 or something like that. So I really loved those guys. So they were. I think I have every record from them, and I was really, really big fan. And actually, when I could play with one of them back in that times, it was mind-blowing for me. Also, I really loved UK producer and DJ Gelford. He was also one of my biggest inspirations. And one time I also could play with him in my hometown. I know I was super, super scared, but he just blew me with his kindness after my set, because I played right before him. And when I listened to him, he was just like a dream come true to see what is he doing. And recently, I would like to maybe mention a few weeks ago, I went to Budapest just for a private thing, just to have a little bit of party, because everything is closed in Croatia for such a long time. And I watched and listened Steph Mendez's. So he was really amazing. So I really admire his skills. And also the music was perfect. So it was really good weekend for me.
And that was in a certain club, or was that at a private party?
No. That was in the club, because in Hungary they're open from May last year. So clubs are open normally, up till 10 in the morning.
As it should be.
As it should be. And we went to Grid. It's one new venue, club. In industrial part of Budapest, and actually it was really good, because it's everything what you need from the club to be just a little bit of light, a lot of dark, powerful sound system, and a DJ who is killing it. So it was really good weekend.
Yeah. All the stars were aligned.
Yeah, everything was
so
perfect.
To speak.
Yeah.
Have you ever had such an experience as a DJ yourself? I mean, like a gig that you played that you really were astonished, perhaps, by how it went, the reaction of the crowd to the environment?
Yes, this is what we are living for. When you are a DJ, you are living for these moments when everything is going to align, from people to you, to your technique, to then after a week, I played in that same club in Budapest. And maybe because I already knew the place, and I just knew the feeling. Everything was so perfect. I was vibrating after the set. That's the biggest how you can see what kind of set I had. So it was really perfect. And of course, I always need to mention Berghain. It's I played there, I don't know, 3 or 4 times till now, and it's just a magical place. I went to Berghain first time in 2010 as a visitor, and I was standing there in a line as everybody else for 1 hour and a half with my little Jägermeister in my hand, waiting to kill.
That's not too bad. That's
not too bad. No matter it is -5 outside, it's not cold. We are good, Yeah. And actually, when I played there for the first time in 2016 or 17, I don't know. When I played there for the first time, I was so scared, So because this is the place what I admire so much. And it was just nerve-wracking for me. So I was, luckily in Berghain you play for 4 hours. So my first hour just went in the fog. I was like so scared. And after that, everything was really perfect. So definitely in Berghain you can feel this energy, because everybody dance as one. Everybody are there because of the music, It's not about the girls and boys and whatever, the mingling on. Everybody are dancing on the dance floor. It's like straight energy up to your face, So it's really beautiful.
And it's really cool that you're able to play a 4-hour set, because then you're, as you said, you can get into the groove easily, and then you perhaps, if you have shorter sets, it's like, oh, I surely need to play that record or this one or whatever. And with the 4-hour set, you can more make a narrative out of it and make more a voyage for you and the people.
Yeah, you can definitely make a story from your set. You can start really slow, atmospheric, make some kind of really nice story, maybe into your career also. Because, for example, when I played there for the first time, I was playing some tracks that from start of my career, then I finished, for example, with Two Unlimited, No Limit. It was super strange, but it's also part of my career, my journey as a listener, as a DJ, as a electronic music. So it's really beautiful when you have so much time to express yourself, and actually people want to listen to you. That's why I'm not such a big fan of festival sets, because they are 1 hour, 1 hour 15. And actually, you can't show anything in this short time.
It's difficult.
It's very difficult. And then everybody play hits, and it's like it's nothing that you actually can learn. It's like showing off, something like that. So, I'm bigger fans of longer sets, definitely.
Yeah. Again, back to the clubs. Which club have you been at the most?
Oh. Which club when I've been most? I think I played a lot in Lehmann in Stuttgart. And of course, Croatian clubs where I played like regularly, like every year a few times, and over my career. And of course, Oxygen, where I was a resident DJ, so
yeah, sure, because that was a residency where you played then every week.
Every week, yes. Every week.
Yeah.
So maybe we can say it's these three clubs.
Yeah, so Oxygen, then the one in
Stuttgart, Lehmann. Yes, Lehmann Club. I played really lot of gigs there because I was in their agency for Germany, so they were calling me like regularly there. So
what does that club look like?
Oh my God, this club is really amazing. I love the club, and I love whole stuff from the club. I also am really big friend with Alio. He's doing lights there, and actually he's standing right next to you whole set and doing the lights, and we just started to be such a good friends, over the years, and this is so amazing. And club is really beautiful. It have the most amazing sound system inside of the booth for the DJs. So this is the one of the places where I love to play the most, not only because of the people and amazing venue, but because this sound system in the booth is mind-blowing. So you feel like you are in your own world. You can't feel anything from the outside. It's really amazing. So kudos for the guys that made this sound system really good.
Yeah. And the third one was. Third club that you mentioned, so Oxygen, the club in Stuttgart, and then
did
there
I
was
say
another
the
one.
Third one? I don't
Well, you
remember.
said third one, but perhaps there were only two.
Yeah, I think so. I can't remember.
It's possible.
This is all from the Corona,
Yeah.
We are forgetting all the time.
Well, that's another reason for the clubs to reopen, to rediscover, because after all that time, I think if you go back to the clubs, it's gonna be such a great feeling. I had that a couple of weeks ago in Compass in Ghent, where Coach was playing an all-night, well, almost an all-nighter, 5 hours or something. And that was really amazing to be back with the crowd, to be thrilled by the music that you hear, to see your friends, to have a drink, to have a laugh, to have a... Yeah, it's something that we really are aching for, I think.
Definitely. Well, I'm a little bit privileged in all of this because, of course, in Croatia, all clubs are all the time closed. But I was touring all the time to the countries which were open or closed, For example, I had a Colombian tour last, I think it was August. Yes.
Nice.
And actually, this is the country where I go regularly. So every year I have one tour there at least, up till 2 weeks, something like that. So last time I played there in 6 cities. So it was really, really nice tour. And this was my escape from Corona, because I could play in different places. Because we were not closed all the time in the same time. So, yeah.
And so that was a club tour or more festivals or?
It was half. So as they have really nice weather there all the time, a lot of clubs are actually outside. And it was like one smaller, it was not festival because it was like only maybe one day, but I played there with Truncate and Hoton. It was really, really, really good. So also I experienced some really, really nice club parties there. And Colombia, I can say definitely, because I go there for last 10, 11 years, developed really, really good techno scene. There started to be much more open to diversity. So you can really feel that audience and maybe the age of the public changed and brought this freshness, openness. It's really, really good.
Yeah, so that's a recommendation. If you want to go clubbing, you should check out Colombia.
Definitely.
Okay, good one. Next on my list.
To the bucket list.
Yeah, on the bucket list. Oh, my bucket list is so full already, but okay, I'll try. I'll try. Yeah. When you talk to other DJs, perhaps you talk about clubs they've went to or that they played at. Is there a club that's highly recommended and perhaps being pushed out there as being the best in the world? Is there such a thing?
Well, in my world, I think definitely Berghain is one of the best in that list. For others, I don't know. There's actually wherever I play recently, like in the last 6 or 7 years, I can say that I play always in 99%. It's very good club. That actually have a really good program, because I'm not commercial DJ, so if they call me, they know what will they get, so normally the program is very good, the club is 99% also very good, so I don't know, well, the Berghain is definitely on the top of the list where everybody wants to play, and because of their quality, but I don't know. There are so many good clubs and festivals also. Maybe in Barcelona, what was the name? Something Picnic? I don't know. I forgot. But it was really, really good festival. Also, as Exit Festival, definitely in Novi Sad here in Serbia. I don't know. Yeah, I think there are so many good places. But I think everybody picked the Berghain, like maybe the one that is really the strongest.
Yeah. Is there a club that you want to play at that you haven't played at before?
I'm not more concentrated to the club than to countries, for example. I really want to go to play, and actually I supposed to go before the pandemic, and then everything was, of course, cancelled, to Japan, to Taiwan, to Korea. On North America, I played almost every cities. And in South America, I played Colombia and Argentina. And maybe I would like also to see Peru, or, maybe go to Brazil and this kind of stuff. There is one club in Brazil, The Edge. I would love to go, for example, to go there. This is now what first came to my mind, but this Japan, the Asian countries that I didn't still been there.
Is there a big techno scene over there?
I think they have really good developed scene. As I never been, but I see that they have, for example, the Mune live stream is very popular. And I don't know, it looks really interesting also as a country, and I love to explore not only the scene but also the culture and the people, and it's very interesting to meet and see how people live. I had really interesting experience with China. I know.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody's like, China, whoa. We are never going there anymore. Actually, I played there. So before pandemic, this September before pandemic, I played there in Beijing and Guangzhou, and I had the best time there. So this scene is in developing. You can see that from the first party. But it's so interesting how people are into that, there is some kind of sweetness and they're so innocent, in all of this, and it's beautiful to see how it's going to develop. This is actually what I see with Colombia when I went there for the first time. Also, like I see how scene developed from something sweet and innocent to something wild, and this is how it's supposed to be, of course. You know.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It's what we did in Europe as well, and I think all those countries perhaps are playing a game of catch up. They perhaps didn't experience what we've experienced yet, but they're getting there.
Yeah,
and,
definitely. And I think they're also by inviting all us DJs that are a big part of European scene. They're bringing a little bit of something from the Europe, you know, and then making something similar with the clubs and venues. You can just see, you know, it's developing beautifully. So I'm really looking. Well, now who knows what is going to be in China, like in 5 years, because of this. What was happening.
Yeah,
but I don't know. It had really bright future before.
Yeah.
No.
Hopefully that can come back and that the world eases up a little bit, because I know from other DJs that there's a good reception for house and techno music in Russia as well. But that's at this moment this is absolutely a no-go, of course.
Actually, now when we were talking about the clubs that I wanted to play, I remember now one club in Ukraine, K13, I think was the name. And actually, I've been there as a visitor. And I think this club was designed by the guy who was doing Berghain also, because it's super similar inside of one industrial building. And they were really curating very good lineups. You know, it was really, really, really good DJs. So actually, my wish was to go to play there, but unfortunately now, when everything this is happening, it's so horrible. I'm so sorry for all these people.
Yeah, and I follow some DJs from there on their accounts, and they're really. It's so sad to see all that happen. You know?
And actually the staff, what I said, Mendesizis, that I told you that I enjoyed his sets in Budapest. He was actually living in Kiev.
Oh.
He's from Greece, but he was living in Kiev, and we met there 1 week before actually everything happened. You know, in Budapest. Yeah. And later on, I wrote him a message, and he said he managed to escape from there because he's not a Ukrainian citizen, so he have right to go. He's on the safe place and everything, but it's so strange, like everything can change in just 1 week. It's so crazy.
Yeah. Let's hope it can get resolved soon, and that the bloodshed over there stops. Fingers crossed, and let's burn a candle or whatever. Whatever helps. Whatever helps that we can do. Let's do that.
Definitely.
Last question, and that's a bit about your future. You've been traveling wherever was possible to go play. We heard your bucket list a little bit, but what bookings do you already have for the near future?
Well, actually, I've been to Portugal like 3 weeks ago, and last week or 2 weeks ago, I've been to Budapest in Hungary, and this weekend I'm in Rennes in France.
That country, yeah.
Then after that, I'm coming to Zagreb, Croatia. Actually, event is still up till midnight still, but I'm doing 6-hour sets, so I'm playing from 6 to midnight. Like a all-nighter, all-dayer, whatever you want to call it. And then after that, I'm coming to Portugal again, then Spain, then Berlin. You can watch me on live stream on the 19th of April. Then there is some gigs in Croatia, Seastar Festival in Croatia also. There is a lot of things actually going on, like schedule is starting to feel...
that's nice, and that must be a good feeling to see that happen.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
my heart is at peace now.
Exactly. Finally, after those 2 years, a little bit of normalcy in that regard. That's really cool.
Definitely.
I really hope that we can catch up soon in real life at the club or at the festival, wherever. Would be great to see you again for real then, and not through our Squadcast cameras.
Yeah.
But it was so much fun talking to you, Sunčica.
Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me.
Thanks for doing this. It was tons of fun.
Yeah, it was really fun, and thanks again for inviting me. And definitely hope we're gonna catch up soon somewhere to have a proper drink somewhere. Oh yeah.
Always in for a drink, and certainly with someone as passionate a talker as Insolate is. You can find all her links in the show description. There you can find a link to our Patreon page as well. Become a Patreon and get to hear Insolate rave about Tomorrowland, for instance. Oh yeah, if you like the show, don't forget to subscribe to it in your podcast app and find me as @officialmajork on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Next week's guest is gonna be Jay Frog, a German house producer and DJ. Really excited to hear his stories. So see you next time and enjoy the sunshine. Bye bye.
Back to the clubs with Major K.